Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Just a few weeks ago, we were talking about the OLPC and the one laptop per child program that I promised I would sign up for, just based on the idea that I could purchase this low-cost laptop and another one would be delivered to a child in a developing country. Thought that was awesome. Well, there's a bonus to that as well. With the $400 purchase of an OLPC, not only do you get an OLPC and the child in the developing country gets one, but you also get a year's service of T-Mobile hotspot. So that means any Starbucks you walk into, you can get online for free, at least for a year. And so, that's my sound that I make, when I hold up the OLPC. Actually, it's the sound I make when I trumpet anything for some reason. I think it's from an old margarine or butter commercial. This is the OLPC running in my hands. Here, watch this. I can make a sine wave. This is just an application, of course, on the OLPC. And I'm going to zoom in here after I just kind of do a basic run through. It's got simplistic apps, of course, ones that you would imagine a child would want to use. Painting, of course, there's some audio. It's got a built-in webcam there. Now, it's not super high megapixel or super high quality, but you can take video and you can take photos with that. It's got a painting program. It's got like a music program, e-toys, and I haven't tried that yet, a calculator. You can even actually go in, according to this, and edit music. There is a web browser, a chatting module that's built into this, as well as, and this made me happy, there's a little RSS icon in here as well. So there's a news aggregator, a news reader on the OLPC. Thing is pretty super lightweight, I thought. Pretty slim. These, of course, are the antenna for the mesh network. So the idea is that as you're out and about, you could connect to a remote point and then vicariously piggyback on that network to some distant point out in the nether regions of your part of the universe. It's got USB connections, audio in and out, so basically a microphone and or headphones, a headset. Looks like 3 USB ports. The nice thing is that it's got this functionality where I can flip it around. As long as I don't break the antenna in the process. So I can flip the screen around and carry it around or hold it like this, almost like I'm reading a book. Now the screen I was pretty impressed with in terms of its quality, but the user interface, I tend to kind of know what I'm doing with computers, not to say that I'm an expert, but I do know my way around a computer, and I found it somewhat confusing to navigate this at first. I also couldn't get this to connect to my home network, so I couldn't use the web browser because it doesn't support WPA encryption, which is just kind of a surprise. But I suppose, for a child's use, in terms of simple applications with on-screen controls, like when I say on screen, there's the speaker here, and I'll zoom in just a second, and then some navigational controls, and then of course there's my task manager. It shows me all the apps that I have open right now. It's got a touchpad, and the keyboard is definitely designed for kids. Very small keys. I mean, I can still use it, but I think the thing that would keep me from using it on a regular basis, it's definitely made for a kid. Now, you can compare that to Asus's EEE PC, which is certainly out there for, well, more business cases or even home cases. This is definitely, it's going to take some getting used to, because this is the documentation it came with. This piece of paper saying, thank you for doing this, and this... It's not really an instruction booklet. It's just kind of a basic tutorial. Home view, neighborhood view, power on. Then on the back, I really enjoyed the safety instructions. Not for use by infants. Don't drop laptop. Use power supply inside a building only. Use caution with cord. Do not use fire to dispose of batteries. I don't know how many times I've had to tell you this. Do not leave your laptop or your cake out in the rain. No laptops or cakes in the rain. Ponzi, you wanted to play with this? Ponzi's sitting over there nice and patiently. You want me to zoom out? You want it? she doesn't want to be in it, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so people can get a closer look. Or actually, after I zoom out a bit, so you can take. You want to take it first and give me your impressions? Well, are you staying silent?
Try it out first.
Oh, she wants to try it out first. Okay, so while she tries it out, I'm going to zoom in.
Does this have the same size as the triple EPC?
It's not the same size as the triple EPC. It was really designed for a different, well, just different. This is not designed with power in mind. It's designed with education in mind. It's designed for portability. It's designed for more rugged environments. There you see some of the controls on the screen. Not on the screen, but I guess on the bezel that surrounds the screen. I shouldn't have said on screen. There's a speaker on the side. There are the audio jacks, as well as one USB port, the other USB ports on the other side. And as I said, I think the user interface is going to take some getting used to. I didn't find it to be that intuitive, though. And maybe it's just because I'm not a child that I didn't find it all that intuitive. It locked up on me a few times when I tried to connect to my wireless network. And I don't know if it's going to lock up again because it doesn't seem like I can move my mouse. And it could be because I was opening and shutting and moving it all around. The Enter key, though, is nice and large. If I move it over, you'll see the Enter key. Huge. Absolutely huge. Then, of course, the touchpad at the bottom. The surface of the OLPC is bumpy. It's not smooth. I don't know if the texture of that's going to come across, but I'll do my best. Yeah, it doesn't really come across there. Wicket, do you want to try this? Does Wicket? What's he doing up on my desk? Wicket, what are you doing on my desk? My dog is on my desk there. Okay. All right, Ponzi. I mean, it's light enough that I can hold on to it with one hand, but if you want to take it, you want to take it? Unplug it. It should be done charging. You may have to reboot it, though, by holding onto the power button if the mouse doesn't respond. Now, she was asking me if I could get her a triple E PC for Christmas, and I was all for it. I mean, it looks like a really nice laptop to carry around, Asus's triple E, and at a good price as well, you know, $300 to $500. The only... Wicket just pushed me off my chair. I'm not kidding. He jumped up on the chair.
Well, the surface is so that it doesn't move.
Yes, the surface is designed so that it doesn't move on different surfaces. And plus, it's for a kid. It's very tactile. A lot of feedback there. Wicket, unfortunately, was disappointed in my decision not to get the triple E PC because as soon as I told Ponzi that right now they ship with Linux, and you could put XP on it, the Asus apparently is working on, if they haven't already, a triple E PC with likely a higher price point because of the license for Windows, but they are actively trying to put XP on there. Because as soon as I told her it was Linux, she was done. Wicket likes Linux. You know that. He's a Linux dog. He's a yellow dog of sorts. But Ponzi, unfortunately, is not. She doesn't want to deal with Linux. And I told her, I said, well, if all you're doing is browsing the web and checking email, well, Linux has that. You know, even for basic photo management on the web, you know, you can upload your photos to Flickr. So we may end up still getting an Asus triple E PC running Linux. I'd like to get the 8G version with 8 gigabytes of solid state, I believe it's solid state, drive capacity, and then a gigabyte of memory. I know people out there, of course, hack theirs up and down, and I could do the same thing, but that's not the idea. The idea is to buy the package. What you get is what you get, and you deal with it. You know me, I'm not into hacking things. I know it's all the rage, but you know, I try to deal with my life and sharing information as a regular person. And most regular people out there kind of just buy something off the shelf and deal with it from that point forward. So I guess a cursory glance at the OLPC, it is definitely not a triple E PC. They're completely different computers, same price point, similar price points, but this was definitely designed for a child. Education. I am appreciative that I got one, of course, because of the philanthropic aspect. And of course, the free T-Mobile service for a year. That's awesome. That is very awesome. That's worth like over $300 itself. But the fact that now I have a laptop that should a child visit our house, and children have been known to visit our house on occasion, to be able to give them the laptop to play around with and not have to worry that they're going to mess something up is kind of cool. I'd be very interested in handing this to a child to see what he or she makes of it. You know, just by having at it, saying here, just whatever, this is all the instructions you get, and do your best with that. So I'll be very interested in hearing what everybody else out there has decided upon, if they've purchased an OLPC, one laptop per child, or if they haven't, and for whatever reasons. You know, let me know. Let me know what you think about Linux in general, about, you know, the way this is shaping up, these low-cost products. And yeah, for a computer, I would consider for a portable computer for under $500 or right around there, that is very, very affordable. And I think this coming year, we're going to see a lot more of those devices come out there. Email me, chris@pirillo.com, especially if you have any top 5 tips. We're getting tons of those. I can tell you, every day, I'm getting at least 10 new ones. I can't even keep up with the amount of top 5 lists that we have. Top 5 tips about something, one thing or another. In fact, coming up, we have a top 5 tips on the way to go and purchase a laptop, or what you need to watch out for. So, you know, be watching the channel for that if you haven't seen it already. And of course, you're also welcome to join us in our chat room. You can see over here, right underneath my Mac screen, there are people that have been chatting away. I don't know what they've been saying. They don't look very active right now because the channel is moderated, because we had a couple of people who were rude, and we don't like rude people. So if you're rude, don't bother stopping by. We don't like you. You'll be kicked and banned, and you won't be able to take a part in any giveaways. And of course, it goes without saying, you will also not be able to join us in any reindeer games. So with that, all you need to do is swing by our website. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You see where they're at? They're typing it in. They're telling you right there. We're at live.pirillo.com. Cake you later.